I'm pretty excited to make this video here because I got my brand new refurbished iPad Pro and this was from one of the videos I just made. It was about 630 bucks or so. I'll link to the video in the description and throw up a card here so you could see it. But this comes in a refurbished labeled box over here, but it looks new to me, which is great. And again, this unit's going to come with a brand new battery. It's going to also come with a new outer shell, as well as a full 1-year warranty. This is the unit. Looks pretty slick and thin, which is awesome. Ended up getting off of Amazon discounted Apple Pencil 2, as well as the Magic Keyboard and the actual screen protector that I wanted to get. And we got this little book as you would normally get if you got a brand new one. Looks like it's the standard documentation. It goes over how to use the iPad and some tips and tricks. And got what looks like a new charging brick and cord. Looks great. And that's about it. Pretty much all you need. Now, what's the first thing I recommend for everybody to do? Do not remove this. I don't want to bother with dust and all that good stuff. So we have this. This is from Spigen. You can get pretty much a wide variety. I guess the goal would be that you'd want to get something with glass to protect the screen, and I still would recommend it. So this unit's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and open it up, and we're going to try to pop it right onto the iPad so you can see that. And it should be like the first thing you do for your cell phone, first thing you do for your iPad. Okay, so we're going to go ahead here and this open. Pull out kits here. Nice thing with this one is they're going to give you a lot of foam to protect the unit. They're going to also give you the actual screen protector here. Simple arrow here tells you where to press and slide your finger. And then it looks like it also then has more protective foam and a little thank you note, as well as the actual kit. And if your iPad is used and you're just swapping it out or putting on the screen for the first time, they're giving you everything you need here. There's a squeegee to get rid of the bubbles, which we'll still have to do. And then there's a lens cleaning wipe, which I prefer not to have to bother with if I can prevent it. That way I don't have to bother with doing it properly and catching all the little dust. So we'll move all this stuff to the side, but this is what you would need if you're going to do it to an existing iPad that you have. But here we will go ahead and get this unit set up. You could see here that the actual iPad has this camera right here. And it looks like they placed it in a little corner here for the camera to fit. So you can see you put the iPad into this plastic case, and then you'll be able to place this unit on top, and it should technically register these little pieces in the right spot. We'll remove this sleeve here just to prepare. You can see here this has a wide little notch and this has a dot right here. So this will allow us to easily install this protector. And I guess the first step with it, if once we're going to proceed, is we remove this where it says, you see here it says back. We're going to have to remove that and pull that off. That'll be sticky. We don't want to touch it. We'll flip it over, put it right on top, and then at that point we should be all set to proceed with the other steps. So here we're going to actually remove this covering, off the iPad. We're going to try not to touch the iPad from the top on the glass. We're going to make sure it's actually inside this plastic guide. And we're going to go ahead and put this back, as I mentioned. And then go ahead and place this in the proper slot on the top and the bottom. Disconnected. And at this point, we're going to press here and slide our finger downward. And hopefully, this will be connected with very little headache. I know that was tough for me once it arrived. I had to keep it in the box, and I wanted to make sure I got the proper screen protector for it. That way, it's one less thing to worry about. Now, the cool thing here is that we're pretty much done. It's hard to tell 100% where the bubbles are, if they're part of, this one's for sure right here, part of the main screen, but they come right off. We'll go ahead and now remove this protective layer up top. And we are all set. And so we'll take this squeegee now and get rid of the bubbles. And this Spidgeon does a great job. And a lot of these companies that have this now that are more than just a piece of plastic, they really have a lot of waste, unfortunately, but it's really good to line up the unit and make sure that you're edge to edge exactly appropriately lined up. So looks like there's no issues here. We have one bubble here. I don't know if it's easy to see. There we go. Well, that's looking perfect at this point. So it's pretty nice. I'm pretty excited at this point. We can move all this stuff away. And we also have Apple Pencil on sale at Amazon, as well as the Magic Keyboard also on sale. Pretty spectacular pricing to save a little bit of money for the accessories. Go ahead and open this up real quick. And the cool thing about the Apple Pencil is the new version versus the version 1 is that you can now charge the unit on the side of these iPads. And it looks like here there's coming with a little plastic wrapped around. Pretty simple, standard Apple type imitation. And pencils right here. And the cool thing is you look at your iPad. I think if you see this little notch here, then you know that you can charge your pencil that way. And the flat side here just goes up there and magnetically connects. It's pretty slick. So this is part of the reason why I got this. And then we've got this Magic Keyboard. We'll try to cut this real quick with some scissors just to get the material off. The key here is that these iPad Pros, I feel like, are just extremely expensive for what they are. Can't justify it as a full laptop replacement, so that's the dilemma. But for an extra machine that's now hugely with the refurbished program, then you know, now you're talking my language, because my daily driver would be a Windows machine. I know that a lot of people watching this might be Mac users, which the Macs are really awesome as well, but I have multiple Windows machines, especially for work, and that's what has to be the case. Get some more Apple documentation with another Apple booklets on the side, and looks like we're ready to go. So we can go ahead and take this guy, and you line up the cameras slot, and we're connected. This is pretty slick. And there it goes. You're all set. So I'd recommend doing all that with your newly purchased refurbished iPad or any iPad, any iPhone. Screen protector is number one thing. Case is important, especially for phone. I'm going to be using this Magic Keyboard as the case. That way I can pull it out, type as I need, use keyboard, mouse, and then I'll have a pencil here at this very top, which you can't see at the point, but then folds down and protects it from the top and the bottom. Really nice. Charge it here. This is great. And this is hard for me to comprehend. We're using a mouse, which is great, so that's awesome on the iPad. But don't forget that you might more than likely want to use this with the iCloud backup. It's just pretty much an easy way to get you set up, get everything placed onto the unit quickly, and or back up everything on it as you're using it. And it's just going to help dramatically. And the price is obviously an extra price that you would normally not have to have, but we highly recommend it. And it's just one of those things where you set it up, it'll run in the background, and you'll be protected. I recommend it for family and friends and customers all the time. So hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications and share this with your friends. As far as it being a refurbished unit, can you tell from this unboxing that this unit is refurbished? I sure can't. The unit looks brand new, and it is ready to rock and roll with the new battery and new outer shell.